So I grew up playing soccer, favorite sport by far, my sport of choice. I played travel ball in middle school and high school, and then playing for my high school was a lifelong dream of mine. And for whatever reason, I so vividly remember when I was in middle school just how excited I was to represent my high school, wear the game day polo and feel the locker room jitters and hear my name over the PA system. And I was ready for it, and I wanted to do whatever it would take to make it happen. Well, my drive was put to the test my freshman year during tryouts. As part of tryouts, Coach Godfrey had us run what's called the Koopa Run. It makes me shiver as I think about it. The way it works is we would all get on the track and run as many laps as we can in 12 minutes. For some of you, you're like, it's not that bad. I absolutely dreaded this thing. Something about it psychologically just didn't sit well with me. Something about the open-ended nature of it made it so daunting. And on the inside of the track we ran around were these vent-like drains that captured water when it rained. And I remember thinking, I could totally accidentally trip on one of these drains, hurt my ankle, and not have to do this stupid run anymore. Now, I never did it, okay? That's kind of crazy. But do you know why I never did it? Because I knew what was on the other side of this run was what I truly wanted, which was to make the team. Making the team outweighed the temporary pain and torture of this run, and that alone kept me motivated to keep going. I have found that this experience is what navigating difficulty and suffering sometimes feels like as a Jesus follower. In Romans 8, the Apostle Paul writes, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. The word I consider means to reckon, to calculate. Paul is basically saying, look, I've done the math on this thing, and it's not even close. I've put the two on a scale. The suffering on one side you'll experience in this world, and the future glory that awaits us in heaven on the other side, and it's so worth it to keep following Jesus, it's not even worth comparing. Well, what is that glory? It's our final state. It's when God restores humanity to his original intention before sin derailed everything. It's when sin and all of its consequences are finally gone forever. It's the hope that this suffering is not the end. It's the hope of glory. Our present sufferings are real. Suffering is real because sin touches everything. Paul intentionally casts a wide net. Present sufferings are anything harmful, distressful, or hurtful. Could be financial distress, a death of a loved one, an unexpected tragedy, or even our struggle with anxiety. And hope doesn't minimize our suffering, but rather, hope maximizes our ability to endure it. As Christians, we shouldn't minimize the gravity of our difficulty and suffering. Instead, we should point to the hope we can cling to in the midst of suffering because of Jesus. What are you walking through today? What difficulty is making you question your faith? What suffering is making you want to quit faith altogether? I want to encourage your heart today that God sees you, and what awaits us is greater than anything that faces us. So press on, my friends. May the Spirit of God empower you to do so courageously.